Hello guys, my name is SubZeroExtabyte and I am having a fantastic day. And I hope you guys are having a fantastic day as well, and if not yet hope you are going to have a fantastic day. But I think I know a certain way how I can make your day fantastic. And that is what we are going to do right now, because we are going to build a diamond press machine. As you could have seen in the title, it is going to spawn us a lot of diamonds. The idea comes by Chip, so he is going to take all the diamonds later, and I think that Steve is going to join us randomly to help us a bit. So let's do it. You remember the invention we made with the dirt that we got diamonds out of the dirt? Well, this is sort of a part 2. And first we need to hope that this dirt that is in this area will turn us into a rich and wealthy man, and then I could spend my money on things and maybe you guys could use those things for free. And then we would become friends and then everything will be great, just because there are some dirt things here that you can turn into diamonds and then it will be great. Like darn, that was one hell of a story. Now let's just make that story true and then we can live the experience. But we are now busy with all of that and we are just going to see how well this all is going to turn out. I am not sure yet, and I don't think that you guys know either, because you know as much as I know. Or you must have first watched the video and then for some reason decided to come back to this very point, and then you were basically a time traveler. Darn, I have never thought about that in my life, but that is pretty amazing that you can just be a little time traveler just like that. Who needs a time machine thing when you can just feel like a time traveler on YouTube with rewinding videos? Like, that is just amazing to me, and I don't think that a time travel machine thing would be necessary then. But yeah, that was that, and now we're just going for a quick walk. Don't know to where yet, but I think that my aim is going to be to create an iron axe. But there are some steps that I need to take first before something like that amazingness can happen. I need to take my furnace or oven, however you like to call it, and I need to put some coal as fuel thing in it, and then I can smelt the iron block things, and then I would have iron, and with that iron we can make the iron shovel. Wait, I said an iron axe. Well, we could also create that, but we already have a stone axe, so it wouldn't like really to be that necessary, but it would be nice though. We could now create 6 iron shovels, but if we just do that, then by the time that we would have a lot of wood with the iron one, we could also invest that time that we would invest with cutting down trees with iron. We could invest all of that I just named into digging more dirt with iron shovels and then turning all of that dirt into diamonds, and then we could cut down trees a lot faster, and in the long run that would be really nice. And that is something that I thought of just now, and that is pretty amazing to me. Normally I don't really do that, but if we are truly going for the long run then we would do that, but I am not sure yet how everything works and stuff, so let's see first how everything goes and then we could decide later if we wanted to, and then everything will be okay, I hope. And that is what my mom probably meant by hope for tomorrow, so yeah, that is something that we learned from not yesterday but a couple of minutes ago, so now already 2 of the things came true. The only thing that we are not doing is live for today. Well, we are living, but I am pretty sure that it means that you should enjoy today or something along the lines of that. I am enjoying myself, however I want and need to do some hard work to make my dreams come true, so I cannot fully live for today, but we can do that later and better than ever before. I just need to work really hard now, and later I can live like a king, or like the owner of a hotel, which I want to be, but nothing is sure yet, so let's just see how everything goes. Just like with the axe story. But we are already busy with this little cozy thing that we set up. This is our living room for the coming days, and it looks not like something that a hotel owner would live in, but this is just the beginning, guys. Don't you worry about that, it is going to turn in something great. But who knows, I am not sure about the entire hotel dream that I have yet. So maybe I will just not do that if I don't want to. And if you don't want to do something, then you don't need to do it, and don't do it then. But sometimes that can be good. I don't know anymore what I am saying because of this amazing dream that I have in my head from this hotel idea. But that is just a dream, and sometimes dreams come true. Well, I hope that nightmares don't come true. They are dreams as well, only then evil dreams. But anyway, like sometimes dreams come true. And let's just hope nightmares don't come true. But then like maybe this dream will come true, or not, I don't know yet, and that is something that we need to hope for tomorrow then, I guess. But everything will be good if we just follow the path that we want to follow. If that path is not something evil or against the law, because you won't stand above the law, so yeah, that is something that I am not even going to try, because that would just be plain stupid. But that is okay, sometimes you need to yeah. I don't know what I am trying to say, as you might already have noticed, but we now have 8 cobblestone, we have 6 irons that we can use for things and stuff, and we already have a lot of wood. Well, it could be a lot, whatever you guys think that is a lot, but we now have a stone, a wooden pickaxe, and even the iron pickaxe, which is pretty nice if I have to be honest. So yeah, we have got that going for us, which is just great. And now we just need to turn that half stack of wood into sticks, which we did, and then we can make 3 iron shovels out of that. And that pickaxe is in my inventory for if we come across stone and stuff. You can't dig that away with a shovel, so something heavier than a shovel will be needed, in that will be that very special pickaxe that we made. But now it is digging time, and I am going to dig in a rectangle shape, and let's just hope that this will turn into something that only we could dream of, I guess. But we have a pretty deep hole that we just dug, and we could maybe use this hole that we will turn the dirt of that hole into diamonds as a foundation for our hotel, and then we could like make an entire basement that we needed anyway, and then turn it into an actual basement, and then we would kill 2 birds with 1 stone, which you should actually never do. Not even killing 1 bird with 1 stone or anything like that. That is bad, and bad is not good. Good is only good, and then you have well and better, and yeah, something like that. I don't even know anymore. But we need to make it even bigger. The hole that we are possibly going to eventually turn into a basement of a hotel. Who knows, maybe something like that will happen, maybe it won't, but the dream is all that counts. Well, actually not, don't listen to that advice. That was some bad advice. I don't know what I was trying to say, which I already had a couple of times this video. I don't know what is wrong with me today. But anyways, the hole is getting bigger, which is nice, and I saw some iron on the ground which we could maybe use. Wait, no, we don't really need that, we just need the dirt, and all of this dirt will be turned into diamonds, as you are going to see in a minute, and then we can start with being wealthy and filthy rich. So I recommend to all of you to do the same while you can still do it, and there are no laws against this, and then we will be friends, and rich friends are great. We could then have really cool and big, expensive and stuff parties, and then like everything will be fun. But you probably all heard that money doesn't make you happy, but bills don't make you happy either, so it is pretty darn handy to at least have some money to do stuff. I don't know what I am trying to say, as you might already have noticed, but we now have 8 cobblestone, we have 6 irons that we can use for things and stuff, and we already have a lot of wood. Well, it could be a lot, whatever you guys think that is a lot, but we now have a stone, a wooden pickaxe, and even the iron pickaxe, which is pretty nice if I have to be honest. So yeah, we have got that going for us, which is just great. And now we just need to turn that half stack of wood into sticks, which we did, and then we can make 3 iron shovels out of that. And that pickaxe is in my inventory for if we come across stone and stuff. You can't dig that away with a shovel, so something heavier than a shovel will be needed, in that will be that very special pickaxe that we made. But now it is digging time, and I am going to dig in a rectangle shape, and let's just hope that this will turn into something that only we could dream of, I guess. But we have a pretty deep hole that we just dug, and we could maybe use this hole that we will turn the dirt of that hole into diamonds as a foundation for our hotel, and then we could like make an entire basement that we needed anyway, and then turn it into an actual basement, and then we would kill 2 birds with 1 stone, which you should actually never do. Not even killing 1 bird with 1 stone or anything like that. That is bad, and bad is not good. Good is only good, and then you have well and better, and yeah, something like that. I don't even know anymore. But we need to make it even bigger. The hole that we are possibly going to eventually turn into a basement of a hotel. Who knows, maybe something like that will happen, maybe it won't, but the dream is all that counts. Well, actually not, don't listen to that advice. That was some bad advice. I don't know what I was trying to say, which I already had a couple of times this video. I don't know what is wrong with me today, because what I'm going to do here right now is extremely dangerous. I have no idea what scenario this will cause, but don't worry, I am fully prepared for anything that is going to hit my turns. That said, how should I try to get in this cave deeper and deeper? I have a feeling that there are a lot of mobs down here, so I don't know if I am going to make it. These ladders are really useful. This way I can do the unexpected, and that is to come from behind and kill the mobs first. But anyways, in that year there was one robot that started this revolution, and that robot, his name was also Steve, just like Steve Irwin, and his maker gave him that name because he originally was made to defeat some crikey mighty Croc's mate, but that did not happen because he was too mighty for his maker. He was a great robot, not a small one, and the professor had installed a small piece of technology in the robot's arm, and when the robot that is named Steve would walk next to, let's say, a television, the television would get up and suddenly be a walking robot, and it would not service your needs to watch television anymore, but now it would just attack you out of pure anger. And that robot that is named Steve was built in Melbourne, which is a pretty large city in Australia, and that robot was walking through the city. And to compare the robot to something that was on the street, well, it was almost 2 times a city light that stands on the side of the road in Melbourne, and those lights were pretty darn big. And now there was a robot that wanted to destroy humanity that was walking through the streets summoning all the electronics in the area, and it was going to walk through the entirety of Australia. But of course, the Australian army would need to stop that, and they needed to come up with a plan that was going to destroy the robot. But like that robot that we previously fought, this robot did not have any weak spots, well, not that we know of yet. So, we went to the professor, and the professor told us that there was an off button on his back between his buttocks and his spine, and we needed to lift something there, and the button would be exposed, and it could be pressed by throwing something at it, or just by pushing it. But all of the lights were off in the city, and we could not even see the robot his back. And because of the technology that was used in light bulbs, when the robot named Steve would walk near the light bulbs that were installed in the ceiling, they would just get out, and those light bulbs would fight something that was a threat to them. And you might say, well, sub, they are just light bulbs. But that is the thing, they were out of the ceiling, so they would not suffice us from light, and they would also not shine when they are walking because they did not have a power outlet. But they were driven by the strength of Steve's arm, that small piece of technology that the professor thought was going to change the world. Well, it did, professor, because you are on a path to be the blame of the end of humanity. But it was late, and it was almost 10 o'clock, and when it is 10 o'clock the lights go out. But humanity survived that night because they just hid in Amish communities, their barns. And those people don't have technology, so it is a shame because they also cannot watch my videos because they do not have computers. But well, they did something for humanity, which is keeping it alive one night at a time. But it was 7 o'clock in the morning, and the sun was already shining. It was not warm, but the sun was shining. So, it was day again, and the humans could see. Of course, some of the robots were equipped with night vision, because well, it makes the story way cooler than if they did not have night vision, because night vision is freaking amazing, because you can just see at night and everything is green, and it is just so cool. But humanity took a break that lasted just like 35 seconds, and they could just rest for a bit because it was not easy to be running all the time from the robots. Because I might not have told you, but the evacuation was happening. People in Melbourne already needed to run to the north of Australia, and the cities and villages near Melbourne were threatened to be taken out by technology as well. But those people needed to run, and the people that did have a car or a scooter or any transportation way were lucky. If you had a van, then you could take your important stuff from your house and go on the road and board a plane and go to somewhere safe, because I might have told you that if you go to Australia, you are going to be blessed by the spirit of Steve Irwin. But I don't think you guys understand that this robot was actually Steve Irwin. So, if you are threatened and you are blessed by Steve Irwin, but your biggest enemy at the moment is Steve Irwin, well, what should I tell you, mate? You need to run, boy. But the Grim Reaper needed to come on all kinds of occasions in Australia, because some of the people got taken out by their toaster, some might have been knocked out by their light bulbs that ganged up on them, which is a pretty sad way to die, and some just were chilling, and then all of a sudden there was a ring of the entire technology that was in the house around them, and those people, trust me, did not have a chance to fight back because the technology was so hardly driven by the robot named Steve that those pieces of technology would not give up until they were not driven by Steve anymore. And there was only one way that would happen, and that is with the button that was near his buttocks. And if all of the technology ganging up on humanity was not enough, there were also some weird looking bugs that were just basically bed bugs, but then in a very large version, and they could grow to be at least the same height as a grown man. And if those things bite you, well, you are not in for a surprise, because like it looks like it is going to hurt like. And those things bite pretty hard. Just like Steve Irwin, we just died from an animal. But Steve died from a stingray, and we just died because of a large bedbug that somehow got big and was a threat to humanity as well as the robots were. So, the humans were in a bit of a pickle, mate, and that was not good for them because no one likes to be in a pickle. Do you guys know that guy that stole the Declaration of Independence in that one movie? Well, that guy is called Nicolas Cage. But now that he was in a pickle, that was not his name anymore, but he was now called Pickles Cage. And trust me that he did not like to have that name just because his name was Nicholas and it kind of rhymed with pickles. So now he is gone and we are going to make this place go boom. Yes, that is right, we are going to use a lot of TNT here so we can destroy a lot of stone that will help us in the look for diamonds. Yeah, so that is it for now, but don't worry, I will come on this project and expand it more. Don't know if I will record that as well, but anyways, it is time for me to go, so I will see you guys later.